Hey everyone, good evening. Happy Lunar New Year. It's the Chinese New Year, the year of the dragon. How y'all feeling? Just checking in. Felt a little resistant to check in, not gonna lie, so I'm curious about the energy of how you guys are. Can already kind of get a sense just from the cards that did flip over. So this was said to be a part of today's energy when tuning into the astrological forecast this week. So where I'm not surprised that this energy is occurring, still doesn't feel good to be in. So if you are also feeling sensations of frustration as the collective right now, bottom of the deck that we don't see, Eight of Swords, mentally blocked, mentally stuck. Blocked from what? The Nine of Pentacles, independence, fulfillment, and from having the strength and the courage which is causing this collective, this collective, Four of Wands in reverse, which is the opposite of union, right? Separations. Which is where they know they want to be with Seven of Wands. They know that's where they want to be. They know that they want to be celebrating with their loved ones, with the people, the persons that matter the most. Because that's really their wish fulfillment. Three of Cups and then Nine of Cups. And then Two of Cups. But instead they're in Nine of Swords, reverse, having nightmares. This is the collective. They're in the Ace of Cups, reverse. They're not nurturing this divine love. Why? Because they're not nurturing within themselves. Why? Because they're so focused, too focused. Page of Swords on the other. Obsessive. Spying. But not paying attention to their intuition. Not saying what it is that they want to say. Instead trying to be just sneaky about it. Which is causing them to not be able to make a decision. The intuitive decision that they know that they need to make. See that third eye? That beat right there was actually my son's latest creation, called Love Never Fails. That's not what it says. That's what the Bible says. But his title says Love Always Prevails. Masculine is really in his head. Nine of Swords. Really upset. And I'm getting this emotion that this is like current energy, like right now. Why? Because he's fighting for his woman or man, right? That masculine energy is non-gender. I just say it for the ease of the conversation. He's in his head because he knows that this is what he truly wants. This is his wish fulfillment, the Star card. Because he's been wishing on this star. And then what happened? A fight, an argument over power, authority, stature. And he's having to really fight. Causing him to set boundaries and cut people out of his life. But it does still cause heartbreak with the Three of Swords he's carrying. But he's made a final decision. And he's choosing justice and balance. He's done not having a say in his emotions. He's done watching his Queen of Pentacles be stable and sturdy without him. And this is a burden that he can't carry anymore. This is the completion, the end of the cycle. If he were to take one more wand on, he would collapse. But he's close to home. And then he can lay his burdens down and rest. And he can rest in his stability, security, that he's manifesting. He's got all the tools. He's got all of the skills. He's got everything he needs within him. But he needs to temper. He needs to balance. Just like the collective. And underneath the temper for the collective is death. With the moon cycles. As we are in our lunar new year, a brand new year. So of course, whatever has to end, has to end in order for new life to begin. Masculine is finding his strength because he knows that this is right around the corner, that his love, his absolute 10 of Cups, the fulfillment, the wish fulfillment, the life, soul, heart, mind, body fulfillment, wish the star that he'd been wishing upon is just beyond this edge right here. And it's up to him whether or not he's going to take the leap of faith into his destiny. It's up to him if he's going to take a leap of faith into his destiny and create the legacy that is intended for him. But only he can jump over this. Only he can step over this cliff of the unknown. Only he can trust that the Akashic records, that the stars and the planets are aligning for him to build this 10 of Pentacles. We have 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups right now. For him to build this complete fulfillment. For him to have the strength for this complete, not just fantasy of a happy ever after, but a stable, actual, real life in this lifetime ever after that has been written in the Akashic records for his soul to endure, because love always prevails. If my 7-year-old son recognizes this truth, then this masculine can recognize this truth. And this masculine has everything he needs to step into that leap of faith, because he's learned. He's learned. He's studied. He's gone within. He's trusting in his faith and divine order and divine will. That this is his emotional fulfillment. This is what pushes his emotions so deeply to the depth of his core being. And he knows that in order for him to get out of his head, in order for him to get out of bed and make this wish a dream come true, is if he takes action. Nothing will change if nothing changes. But you have to make that decision, masculine. You have to move forward. You have to make the first move. That is what a masculine does to create and bring energy into existence. That is not the feminine's job. The feminine is here trusting in divinity, allowing for her cup of romance to be and come, because she knows that it's destined for her. She knows that she's worthy of true, real love. But she's really done with the games, and she's walking away from the games. The things that are really, really emotionally just way too daunting on her spirit. She can no longer carry this with her. So she's taking what is rightfully hers, her energy, and she's doing what she can only do, that she only has control of, and that's to protect her own energy, her own self, and to walk away from what is not emotionally fulfilling. And this right now, this deceit, this silence, this hidden agenda is not fulfilling for her. These games, this constant, energetic up and down is tiresome. Nine of Wands, wounded warrior, battered, broken, and bruised. But this is, she doesn't want to stand anymore. She doesn't want. This is not building confidence at this point. This is making her feel a lot of doubt in this connection. And it's really hard for her to balance and temper her emotions right now. I don't think I've ever seen temperance in reverse for the feminine. She's really trying, because she knows there's that death card, because she knows that something has to end, that this is the death of the ego. She knows that this is the death of her ego. Because ego is what attaches to the low energies. Ego is what doesn't allow you to balance and recenter and to transmute heavy emotions. Ego is what makes you want to just walk away. Ego is what makes you want to lose faith and be insecure of her worth, of her journey, of her value, of her intuition, of her intelligence, of her mind. That's ego. Ego attaches to the pain bodies of abandonment, the pain bodies of unworthiness, the pain bodies and she's trying to just go back to the basics, where there were no expectations in this connection. Before this innocent love turned into lust, which turned into danger, which was nothing but heartaches ever since. She wants to just go back and rewind time to when love didn't hurt so bad. Because this is false energy appearing real. You see, the Eight of Wands is a really fast action card. Like, she's ready for change. She's ready to take action. She's ready to take this leap of faith. But you see how this bird here is like dodging these wands. Like, please don't hit this bird. But she's trusting that there's this rainbow. She's trusting that maybe I am a fool, but If I take a step over this ledge, the rainbow will catch me. Rainbows are miracles. I will be protected. I will be caught. She's trusting. She wants to. She's ready to. And she's ready to put in the work. She is. She's doing the work. She's doing the work that it takes to stand in her bliss, to stand in her authentic truth, to create the life that is specifically created for her, and that's in her talents. She's coming up with as many angles and opportunities and options and ideas, hoping that one of them will stick, hoping that one of these paintings will be the break that she's just desperately wishing for. But she's really losing hope. And so she's pouring into her own emotional fulfillment, because if she doesn't, then she can kiss her Ten of Cups goodbye. And she's not, and she can kiss her intuition. If she doesn't trust her intuition, to choose herself, then she's going to be continuously in this Five of Cups of grief. She's going to be stuck in this, the fourth stage of grief, depression, sulking over the spilled 3 cups. Never seeing the 2 cups that are behind her because of the injustice that she's encountered all of her life. She's feeling like it's just not fair. And that's the energy of this new moon, to be honest. I know that new moons, I'm not saying that this new moon doesn't have a beautiful energy connected to it. But there's also, being that Pluto is in Aquarius as well, and the sun is in Aquarius, and now the moon is in Aquarius. Well, I guess technically it's moving into Pisces, but the new moon in Aquarius yesterday, there's a lot of, and I was told, I was listening to one of my favorite astrologers, Bahati Life, and she was talking about it on Monday, that Saturday, be aware that you might come across energies or situations or experiences that you might have those triggering thoughts of, this again? Why does this always happen to me? Why does this always happen? And it can trigger some wounds that haven't been healed yet. And it's going to be our responsibility to surrender, says Lemuria, to give it up to God, to give it up to Spirit and Divine, to let go of the hold of the expectations that we have on this situation, on our life, on this person, on this idea, on this journey. Because the difference between attachment and non-attachment, or detachment and non-attachment, is that detachment is throwing in the towel because it's not going your way. Throwing in, throwing your helmet off, and smashing it on the bench, busting your pinky, because the game's not going the way you want it. Non-attachment is surrendering to the outcome, regardless of what it is. Doing your best, hoping for the best, trusting that God will never forsake you, even if you don't see what it is that you think you should be seeing at this time. Even if it feels like there ain't nothing but spilled cups, bro. Even if it feels like all it feels like is the dark night of the soul. Where is the light? Where I feel like it's here. I feel like there's a happy ending. I feel like the story is about to transform, but where the fuck is it? Because all I'm seeing is death, is this dark night of the soul, is this frustration, ego, constantly testing me. And it's really emotional, yes. Lemuria sees, Spirit sees that this journey is not easy. And there are moments where it feels like all I want to do is just let the emotions fall out of my face through tears. And sometimes that's what you have to do. Because God will never let a tear fall in vain. Just know that is what Lemuria is saying. And let your heart and your soul and your body be cleansed as you purge these tears. And allow the rush, the emotions of divine's love to fill your cup and overflow from your crown chakra and cleanse. And cleanse you, because you are going through this radical expansion. This is the third time this evening within the last 3 hours, or 2, I don't know. I don't even have my watch on. I don't know. I'm looking at that I've heard the word radical. My aunt just asked me, have you ever read, I have a book for you. It's called Radical. What is it called? Radical. Of course, now I can't think of it. Radical awareness? No. Radical, it's like compassion or something. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I have read that book. And I said, oh, I'm reading a book right now called Radical Alignment. I had no idea that it was called Radical Alignment. I forgot. I mean, I knew it was. But in the moment, I was like, oh, I've heard that book. I think I've heard that book. But that's interesting. The book I'm reading right now, and I pull it out of my bag, and I'm like, whoa, it's called Radical Alignment. And then we have Radical Expansion right now. Miracles are on the way. Keep your heart open is what I'm hearing from La Maria. Because not only do we have radical expansion with the rainbows, but we have radical expansion with the dragon. And it is the Chinese New Year today, as well as my brother's birthday. Happy birthday, bro. But it's the year of the dragon has begun today. So I'm going to read Radical Expansion, because this is a really, with it coming, this word coming out 3 times. 3 times since the ego emotions tried to come up. Since the ego the ego's death started purging once again, shedding this another layer of pain bodies, of trauma, wounds that were deeply rooted. And temperance has been actively moving. So radical expansion. It's the number 40, 40, which reduces to 4 because for the 0. But 0 also includes spirit angels. So it's like 4 times spirit. And 4, the number 4, that's my life path number. And this life path number 4 might be for some of y'all too if you're watching. 4, stability. The 4 pillars, the 4 walls, the 4 legs on a chair, the 4 wheels on a car. It's ground, it's making sure that the foundation that you're laying your bricks on is sturdy and stable. Making sure that the house that you're building, your home for your family, will weather all storms. So let's read it. Radical expansion. Living and loving at full capacity. Being unapologetically you. Self-expression, boldness, having a voice, taking up space, expansion, empowerment, owning your true power, being visible in the world, having fun with your magnificence, letting go of judgment, creative exploration, and radical ways of being. That's what this year of dragon is to entail. That's what the Aquarius season, new moon, Pluto in Aquarius is all about. What would it be like to live, love, and feel at full capacity? Do you imagine what it would be like? This card is about being truly and unapologetically you. The gifts you think are too bold for this world and those heartfelt experiences you believe you should hold back on might just light someone up. The physical self-expression that you dole down so you fit in those dreams that seem too vast could be precisely what the world is waiting for. Do you feel you have the right to take up space? Our auras can expand manifold, but we often choose to keep them tight to our bodies, maybe for safety. But what is this construct in which we have imprisoned ourselves? Where does this subtle or not so subtle shame come from? Why not dance our most beautiful dance, dress in a way that makes us feel magnificent and sing so our voices are heard? That's interesting because I also was reading the daily devotions that I started reading again that I haven't read since like 2015. I stopped getting their little monthly subscriptions of Our Daily Bread. So I started reading back to the ones I have, and this one's from February of 2014. In today's reading, it was about singing, singing to spirit, singing in spirit, singing to God, to Lord, to divine, to whoever that you choose to sing to, your creator, with gratitude despite the struggles and the pain that you're feeling in this moment. How David was singing, writing his psalms as he's in hiding, running from people who are trying to kill him, and still singing his faith. So even as death approaches, energetic death is what I am saying, meaning not actual death. But Spirit, Lemuria is also saying, we are mortal humans, which means the only thing that we know we can count on, and the only thing that we know is bound to come to us, is death. How we choose to live our moon cycles from the moment of life to the moment of death is up to you. But if you continue to close your heart, walk away, scared that trying will fail, that failure is going to hurt too bad, that vulnerability will put you in a place for your heart to be broken again and again and again and again, and then you are preventing yourself from truly actually living this life that you are called, that your soul said yes to live on this human experience. What's the point of living if all you're doing is just trying not to die soon? Are you living? This is a really strong message coming from Lemuria and our ancestors and our angels, because it's like feeling frustrated too, because humans have free will. Divine can only control how you enter this world, when you enter this world, and when you leave. But everything in between is up to you. Divine will always be there, guiding, pulling you back, trying to redirect you. But at the end of the day, this is your choice. What you build, who you become, who you team up with to work together with, who you choose to walk away from, what you choose to end, and what you choose to begin and fight for, and your passion that you choose to follow. Or are you going to ignore this divine offering because you're still worried about these damn 3 cups? You're still holding on, holding close to the what you have, afraid that if you let this go, then you're going to lose everything. But yes, you might lose everything in order to gain more than you could ever fathom. You might lose everything of this humanly substance. But guess what? You can't take these fucking pentacles with you. There is a Lemurian council that is got a lot of intense energy coming through. Spirit is coming through. Because it's like, wake the fuck up. You can't take these pentacles with you. Why are you holding them so tight? Why are you so cautious, hoarding around these 4 pentacles, hoping that it's going to keep you stable and safe, when in the end, all you're doing is disallowing yourself to experience this. You want to sit in this muggy, overcasted, fake emperor status, looking like you're on top of the world, but you looking hella miserable at the same time? Or do you want to have this, you want to fly on a dragon in the rainbow abyss, experiencing life to its complete fullest that you are intended to experience? Our only mission and purpose as human beings in this journey, as spiritual beings on this human experience, the only purpose of this human experience is to actually fucking experience it. Yet we're sitting here thinking, ignoring, hoarding, because we think this is where it's at. Because we've been told that this is where it's at. Put your little scarf on, put your little crown on. Someone said that the 4 of Pentacles is the emperor, is the knockoff emperor. Listening to one of my other favorite readers, Spiritual Infusion 1111, sitting there saying 4 of Pentacles came out in her last reading. I think it was last night, but I was just listening to it. Okay, I'm gonna calm myself down. Let Spirit calm down and continue reading this. Considering the paradigm of our judgment in others can help us expand into authentic expression. We may not be aware of the thoughts that were imprinted in us from a young age through our parents, teachers, society, and the media. Separation and limitation begin with our beliefs around what is acceptable and what is not. Connection and possibility come through owning your power and embracing your responsibility to be more visible in the world, not to shy away from life. It is time for radical ways of being and thinking, and you can start by granting yourself the freedom and creativity to be you. Having a voice is essential for power to shift back to individuals and communities outside of prescribed normality. That is the Aquarian and Pluto in Aquarius. Humanitarian is the Aquarian. For the people, fight for the people against this propaganda, dogmatic kind of monarch or patriarchy. It's time to stand up for yourself and for people. Having a voice is essential. It is time to unleash your inner rainbow dragon. Rainbow dragon. Okay, it's technically the wooded dragon era. But we still riding this rainbow dragon into the rainbow. Because rainbows represent miracles. If you choose to believe. It is time to unleash your inner rainbow dragon and unapologetically claim your heart-based empowerment and radiantly unconditional. It is time to unleash your inner rainbow dragon and unapologetically claim your heart-based empowerment and radiantly unconventional gifts, and to have fun. Have fun with it. It is time for expansion. You can be as big as your energy wants to be. Stop and consider anything that is holding you back. This card is the permission slip that allows you to let go of limiting stories and take up all the space you need. Have fun unleashing who you are. As bold and radical as some of your ideas or offerings might be, who is to say that they're not what the world is waiting for and what the world wants? Take note of any judgment of authentic expression toward yourself or others. Be mindful that creatively exploring unrefined expression may be what is needed right now. Remember to center yourself in your heart and be the masterpiece your soul always wanted you to be. Don't give up on yourself. We can't give up on ourselves. We've come this far, too far, to give up now. We are children of God. Our playing small does not serve the world. And when you step into your radical expansion, when you give yourself permission to live boldly and freely and fully and love deeply and openly and vulnerably, you grant the permission for others. You inspire others to awaken to their self and their radical expansion, their radical alignment, thus healing the heart of a woman and thus the soul of mankind. But it has to start with you. It has to start with me. That's why I'm here doing this reading. I didn't want to. I was like, I'm ready to just go to bed. or watch Netflix because plans that I had planned didn't go through, and the Taurus moon in me was like, fuck this shit. Right? But whatever your own reasoning of feeling frustrated, of feeling disempowered, of feeling unworthy or forgotten or abandoned or whatever, take it back. Take it back. Take your energy back and take your power back, because this world needs that special, beautiful, amazing, unique thing that only you have. There are a million artists in the world, but only one Izzy Ivy that can channel this kind of message, these kind of emotions. There are a million tarot readers in the world, but only one me that can channel it the way I do, that has the additional intuitive connection with spirit that I do. There are a million content creators and engineers and people and athletes. If Patrick Mahomes said, "Oh, there's so many quarterbacks, I'm never gonna be anyone," we would not be going into the Super Bowl tomorrow. If Beyonce was like, "There are so many singers in the world, I don't need to sing." If she gave up after the first Destiny Child group broke up, we would not have Queen Bee. We wouldn't have Beyonce and Jay-Z, Bonnie and Clyde. If Barack Obama thought that because he didn't know his father and that his mother worked so hard, if he believed that because he was part of the 2% of, he was smart, but he didn't have a lot of money, if he believed that he wasn't worthy enough to go to school, law school, whatever school he went to, I think it was law school, and then to apply for this law firm that he was way too young to apply for, he would have never met Michelle Obama. He would have never met. They would have never met. And if Michelle Obama believed that she was not worthy, that no matter that she had to stay home because her father's condition was deteriorating his health, and she knew that she only had a limited amount of time to really celebrate life with him, if she believed that she couldn't or she shouldn't go to school because she would be missing that time with him, or if she believed that that money going to school should be put towards the house or her father's health, or if she believed she wasn't worthy of it at all, she would not be Michelle motherfucking Obama. So, say that about yourself, is what I'm hearing from Lemuria and our guides and spirits so heavily right now, with so much passion. You might think I'm intense. I'm just Jamaican. Okay? I'm a Jamaican fiery ass Aries. Okay? And a Taurus bull. Okay? Don't let me I'm just going to cut through the bullshit and tell you, because that's what spirit is saying and is expressing through me anyway, Because right now, somebody needs to hear it like this. I know I sure as hell do. Because I was in my own woe is me little soul party for a minute. And Spirit was like, what are you doing? Why are you so upset? There are so many other reasons that you could be grateful as opposed to upset. Yeah, plans didn't go through. So the fuck what? Now you have the evening to yourself. Do whatever you want. Do your tarot readings, journal, write your book, read, sing a song, write to your son's new songs, dance, watch a movie, do your nails, take a bath. There are so many things. Budget your money. Like, there are so many things you could be doing right now and thanking me for opening this evening for you, as opposed to sulking and being upset because it didn't happen the way you wanted. And I was like, you know what? You're right. you are right. And even then, I still drug my ass to this yoga mat and was like, it's late, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna make my tea though. I sat down. I wanted to cry. I did cry. And now I'm here holding this rainbow dragon on the day of the Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year of the year of the motherfucking dragon. Talking about checking yourself, checking your ego at the door so that you can actually live your life that is intended for you. That God made for you, for me. So, with that said, that concludes our reading. I don't need to hear anymore. I understand. I don't need I'm hearing Lunar say we don't need to say anymore. They get the picture. I think they got it. I think she delivered that pretty precisely, and hopefully it wasn't too intense for some of y'all. Because I know I have a tendency to be pretty intense with my tonality. But it's always in good spirit. So I'm just going to pull some positive affirmation cards. And some for agreement guidance. And then call it an evening. I wasn't expecting this to be an hour long. There is no better. There's no one better. Oh my goodness. Let me say this right. There is no one better to be than myself. Y'all. There is no one better to be than myself. Period. I get better every single day. Come on now. It's okay to make mistakes. And my possibilities are endless. I just saw endless opportunities under surrender and under radical expansion and under water overflow. Endless opportunities. My opportunities are endless. I get better every day. Transformation. I get better every single day. Transformation. There is no one better to be than myself, and it's okay to make mistakes. Surrender. Okay. The 4 agreements is what I kept hearing tonight too. This is how you get over disappointment of what other people do, or disappointment in circumstances, or disappointment in yourself, or disappointment period. This is how you get over it. This is how you get through it. The first agreement, be impeccable with your word, okay? Don't start talking shit. Don't start gossiping. Don't start arguing. Don't start fighting back with, guns a-blazing. Just surrender. Agreement number 2, don't take anything personally, as this one just comes out. Don't take anything personally. Love and respect yourself. You are responsible for the actions. You are never, this is good, y'all. You are never responsible for the actions of others, but you are responsible for you. If someone is not treating you with love and respect, it is a gift if they walk away from you. You may hurt for a little while, but your heart will eventually heal. Surrender. Surrender. And this picture of transformation I was reading is so beautiful. I keep seeing it all day. And she said, when I started painting this piece, I needed a hug. No, she said, the beginning of this piece, or whatever, this piece came because I needed a hug, so I painted one. I was going through some really tough times, says Izzy Ivy, so I painted a hug for myself. And as I was transforming in my own personal life, as the painting progressed, I started recognizing how powerful it is to treat myself the way I wish to be treated. To be the change in myself that I wish to see in others. And don't take it personally. This is a really good one, especially because we are right around the corner from Valentine's Day. And it's really easy to set super high expectations and get attached to them on a person or a place or a thing, or an idea. And then when it doesn't approach or meet your level of expectation, you get really disappointed. It's easy for us to get super disappointed and upset with that person or with that circumstance or with the fact that the idea didn't happen, and we feel that it's not fair, and we're mad and hurt and feel unloved. But this is saying, Spirit's saying, don't take it personally. You're never responsible for other people's actions. You can't make someone treat you the way you want to be treated, but you can teach others to treat you how you want to be treated by how you treat yourself. And by how you don't react, and by how you walk away or let someone walk away if they're not treating you with love and respect. Even though it may hurt, your heart will eventually heal. Why? Because you're pouring into yourself. Why? Because eventually it will heal when you hug yourself, when you give yourself the hug that you need, when you surrender to what is, surrender, leave it up to let it go and let God take care of the rest. Even if you don't want to, surrendering and letting go of, a connection doesn't mean you're giving up. Letting someone walk away if they are not treating you with respect that you deserve does not mean that you don't care about the connection or you don't want that person. It just means that you're no longer going to defy your own birthright, which is respect. and love. And if that person can't honor you and the wholeness of you, then you do just let it go. Because it will come back around when you honor and hold, nurture, honor, hold, and nurture yourself. Because you see here, these two rings, this is the feminine and masculine. It's always, there's always an overlap. There's always the feminine and masculine as one. Okay? Soul is one. The feminine and masculine have one soul. If you are, connected to a vibrational being who has the same vibrational frequency as you, if you believe you're on a twin flame journey, you believe that your divine counterpart literally has the same currency, soul, frequency, then you are one soul, which means you're never apart, which means you're never broken, even if you are in this space over here. Your soul is always right here, connected as one. And you can't lose what you are. You can only hide it or ignore it or I guess I was going to say defy it. And then I was going to say resist it. But don't do that. You don't have to do that. You can still be in a space of healing, going within, to allow, right, the evolution. I love this. Indigo pulled this card last night. You see, there's a DNA upgrade, complete transformation happening right now amongst the collective. Lemuria is transforming, evolving. There's an evolution in our frequency. And in that evolution, you see this? When you surrender, you see this? Watch this. You see how she's the mermaid? This is very Little Mermaid vibe. She's the mermaid right here because Lemuria is the people of the mermaids. You see how she goes within? She's looking up to divine, to source. She cocoons herself around with feathers. And what happens? She goes from mermaid, and then she starts to grow her legs. Right? She goes within. Right? She knows that she is meant for so much more radical expansion, right? And she surrenders. When she surrenders, right? Actually, it goes more like this. She goes within, she recognizes that she's on a journey to evolve into a whole different kind of species, from mermaid to human. And this is like Ariel, not Ariel going in and signing, making a deal with Ursula with, giving up her soul. This is going within and expressing and tapping into your soul, being nurtured and cocooned. And it's funny that this came out this morning. To go within, to have some downtime, to cocoon yourself, nurture yourself, love yourself, hug yourself. And here we are where I had no choice. Why? Because I had to surrender. When we surrender, after we nurture ourselves, go within, meditate, pray, trust. You're in the cocoon, and now you release yourself into existence as a brand new two-legged human being. This is the transformation that's happening right now. This is the transformation. Let me see if I can make it in order so that you can take a screenshot if you want. Let me hide my face. I hope you can see it okay. Just beautiful. So, don't forget about that. Maybe if I do this, so that way you can see the words. I hope you got it. You can cut my face out. There you go. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's all, folks. I hope this message was delivered to those who need it. I hope it helped you. Sorry if it triggered you, but hopefully it awakened. This one's just staring at me. Closing out message. Be impeccable with your word. Enjoy heaven on earth. Impeccability of the word can lead you to personal freedom, success, and abundance. You can attain the kingdom of heaven from this one agreement to be impeccable with your word. And you see the rainbow. Trust, 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 trust. And take the leap of faith to live in your full, expanded self. Surrender to who you are becoming. It'll make the journey that much easier and more pleasurable, because you're going to evolve no matter what. Those legs are going to sprout no matter what. It's just a matter of how you want to allow it. Stop resisting. Stop judging. Stop denying. Stop fearing. And just choose love. Because love always prevails. Love always prevails. The light within me cherishes, adores, appreciates, honors, respects, and sees the light within you. Namaste. Peace and love.